And good evening and welcome to Tiger Stadium and American Legion Baseball as the Stratford Tigers are taking on the Amherst Falcons, and they are sponsored by Blinker Construction out of Amherst. They were last year also. And actually Amherst is a double A team in Legion Ball while Stratford's an A, so they go by enrollment. So I don't know if Amherst picked up another ball player from another school. So, and the first pitch and a swing and a miss by leading off by A.J. O'Brien. And on the mound for the Tigers is Matt Shanefoos. As the Tigers are pretty much playing with reserves this evening, as a lot of their main ball players, like Jack Tubbs and Riley Spindler and Drew Gage, are just taking the night off. They will be in action on Monday as they head over to Stevens Point, as the junior team and the senior team will be playing over at Stevens Point, and we will be bringing you that ball game Monday. And so their starters are just taking a little break here as the high school season just concluded. And congratulations to Stevens Point Pacelli as they finished state runner-up, losing today to Johnson Creek. And very fine season by Wayne Sankey and that group over at Pacelli. And leading off here is A.J. O'Brien. And Shanefoos getting the sign. And down low. And the umpires behind the plate is James Leverins, and on the base is Cal Takus. And ball 4 to A.J. O'Brien as he starts out the ball game here. The only concern on this ballpark here is, will it get dark before we get to the 7th inning? Because there is no lights here at Tiger Stadium. And so it'll be interesting with an overcast night. Bringing up now is Noah Spolstra, the shortstop. And the pitch fouled off over the top of the backstop. And during the high school season, Noah hit 357 for the Falcons. He had 13 RBIs. Also had 20 stolen bases. Amherst, a team that likes to run. Shanefoos from the stretch. And Shanefoos steps back off. Has a little action over there at first base by A.J. O'Brien. Shanefoos takes a look over at first. And the pitch down low and gets by. And going into second as O'Brien will get credited with a stolen base on that, even though it got by the catcher as he was taking off on the pitch. So he will be credited with a stolen base. As I mentioned, Amherst does like to steal, as they had 144 stolen bases during the high school season. They were caught only 14 times. So 90% of the time they're successful with a stolen base. Next pitch comes up high to Noah Spolstra for a ball. You're going to have to bear with me a little bit here as we have no score, or yes, we do have a scoreboard. 2-1 count now. And a call strike. In fact, they must be running that out of the Stratford dugout. So I didn't, because we're sitting actually right now where the actually official score and the scoreboard sits here at Stratford. And we've got a 2-2 count now with nobody down. And fouling it off is Spolstra. Gage Gladowski will be on deck, and John Carlson batting in the cleanup spot. Today's, as we missed the starting lineups, as they caught us a little off guard here, and it's the starting lineups are brought to you by Country Wireless. We'll tell you a little bit about them in just a bit here. And movement and a fly ball out in the power alley, going over and making the catch is right fielder Tyler Golbach for out number 1, as A.J. O'Brien was about 3/4 of the way to third base. He had to turn around and kick it in the gear back to second base. So one down here now in the top of the first inning, bringing up Gage Gladowski. Gladowski On the season for the Falcons, hit .294 during the high school season with 5 RBIs. Shane Foos from the stretch and the pitch. And a fly ball down the right field line. And fair ball off the wall at the 300 mark. And a double and coming around is O'Brien. And he's going to score for the Falcons. As going in, standing up is Gage Glodowski with a stand-up double and an RBI. So Amherst takes the early 1-0 lead here. As a long fly by Gage Glodowski gives him a double down the right field line. Bringing up the cleanup hitter, John Carlson, the first baseman. And a wild pitch as going to third is Glodowski going into third on a wild pitch. And John Carlson, let's see what he did on the season here. John hitting .250 on the season with 14 stolen bases and 9 RBIs. And the Falcons now have a runner at third and fouling it off on a play down the right field side here. Today's starting lineups were brought to you by Country Wireless. Attention Stratford area residents. Country Wireless now is blazing fast service for your connected house. Streaming, gaming, movies, TV, and more is now better than ever with Country Wireless. With download speeds of up to 100 megabytes per second. Now is the time to visit countrywireless.com and get blazing fast internet with Country Wireless. We've got a 2-1 count on first baseman John Carlson. Shane Foos with the pitch down in the dirt, knocked down nicely by Drew Bloom, who's behind the plate. As I mentioned, the starters for Stratford are taking the night off, and a lot of the reserves here. This is Stratford's home opener. As nice stop by Bloom and a ball 4 as Carlson gets on with a walk. As we saw last night, Jack Tubb is playing for the Chaparrals. The Legion rule this year is that he can play for 2 different teams during the regular season, but he's got to decide which one he's going to play when playoff time comes. So Jack's going to bounce back and forth between the Chaparrals. He had a good night last night, getting 2 hits for the Chaps in that 9-2 victory over Plover. And so we'll see him here at Stratford also this season. Pitch comes in, a call strike to Mike Glodowski, as Glodowski, a fine ball player over at Amherst there, and Mike had an outstanding season, hitting .333 with 29 RBIs, leading Amherst in that department, and 14 stolen bases. So a great season, and actually he had a total of 34 total bases, had 26 hits on the season. As Mike looks down, gets the signs from his third base coach, and we have runners at the corners. A nice lead by John Carlson over at first. And they're going to say that Glodowski, as it went off the top of his helmet, and so he's hit by a pitch. And Glodowski going down to first. Carlson moves over to second and loads the bases for the Falcons here in the top of the first inning. And brings up Daniel Jorez, the third baseman. And first pitch comes in for a call, strike 1. As Jorez on the season did not play much for Amherst, but getting a starting nod here for head coach Greg Trudell, the Amherst head coach here. Shane Foos from the stretch, and a call strike 3. As that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened, and Jamie Wenzel. So 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Bases loaded for Amherst. Pitch down low for a ball. Shane Foose from the stretch. And the pitch. And fouling it off as it hits Landon Austin in the batter's box. Amherst with only one hit here in the inning, that RBI double that Gage Glodowski had down the right field line. And a fly ball out to left field, and coming in and charging and bounces in front of Tim Cavandy and knocks in a run, and actually knocks in 2 runs as both Carlson and Glodowski took off with sound of the bat and scores and makes this game now 3-0. So a 2-run single by Landon Austin. And coming to the plate here now, number 16, Seth Bylan, the center fielder. Shane Foose getting the sign from Bloom. Catching for the Tigers today. And low and away for a ball. Nice cloudy, overcast night. Temperature very comfortable. And a fly ball into the power alley, and that's going to score another run. As retrieving that ball is Jack Remus out in center field. And an RBI single for Seth Bylan. And makes the score now 4-0. As Amherst has put now together back-to-back hits here and scoring 3 runs. And coming up now is number 5, as some of these players came in a little bit late for Amherst, and we really didn't have a chance, so I'm thinking it's Logan Hintz at the plate. And that's what we're going to put in the book here for the time being until we find out more, but Logan Hintz, who plays most likely the second baseman, so he played in high school and with the Legion last year, so figuring the left-hand hitting Hintz will be at second base, and Austin will be out in right field for Amherst. And a ground ball to first. Bobble throws and getting over to cover the bag. And they're going to say a foul ball as it hit him in the batter's box. Otherwise, that would have been the 3rd out of the inning here for the Stratford Tigers. Shane Foose did not pitch at all for Stratford during the high school season, so his first time out really, unless he played some JV ball this year. And fouling back into the crowd here. Crowd coming in a little late here, but starting to fill up the bleachers here. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. And pitch down in the dirt, blocked nicely by Bloom. Runners at the corners for the Falcons. Here in the top of the first inning, leading 4-0. Logan Hintz in the number 9 spot for Amherst, and a fly ball down the left field line, and fair ball, and knocks in another run as Hintz gets an RBI single. That is now 5-0. in favor of Amherst. And going into second is Seth Byland. And back to the top of the batting order is A.J. O'Brien, who walked, stole second, and scored on that RBI double by Gage Glodowski to give Amherst that 1-0 lead. So Amherst has batted around the order here, as O'Brien had a real nice season also for Amherst. He hit .318 with 20 RBIs and 25 stolen bases. And a wild pitch by Shane Foose as runners advance to second and third on the play. As Shane Foose having a little control problems here in the first inning. Amherst with 4 hits, 5 runs on 4 hits. And they have runners at second and third. And a call strike. Catching that outside corner right at the knees. Shane Foose from the stretch. And the pitch. And down low for a ball. 2-1 count. And they're talking a little rain tonight for maybe about 3-4 hours. Just it's all right if they have it during the nighttime. Doesn't bother me one bit. But it is getting a little dusty out here. We haven't had much rain, you know. And pitch just short. And a ball. 3-1 count now to the leadoff hitter, A.J. O'Brien. And the sun sets right about, I think about 8:40, 8:45, so we'll have a little light. And a fly ball and a line shot to the center fielder, Jack Ramus, and he makes the catch for out number 3. But for Amherst, they come up with 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and left 2 men left. And after a half inning of play, it's the Amherst Falcons 5 and the Stratford Tigers coming to bat. And you're watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Nuts Deep 2, a Marshfield favorite for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Soup, salad, pizza, omelets, sandwiches, wraps, and burgers. How about appetizers like loaded tots and super nuts nachos? 14 large TVs to watch all your favorite games. Plus, entertainment and event space for groups large and small for your upcoming parties. Nuts Deep 2 again, awarded Best Burgers and Fish Fry in Marshfield. Nuts Deep 2 on South Central Avenue in Marshfield and Nuts Deep 2 North in Spencer.
And we're back here at Stratford as Amherst comes up with 5 runs in the top of the first inning here. And Stratford actually coming off a great season last year and finishing actually state runner-up in the Class A state tournament last year, losing a heartbreaker, 1-run loss, in fact, in 10 innings. And but talking to Coach Drew Spieth, that he figures another good season. He's got a lot of ball players coming back from last year, and pretty much the varsity team that he had. Plus, he coming back will be Schmidt coming back, and also Zaleski will be coming back, and there's one other one in there also that'll be coming back. So they're going to have a pitching staff that's just outstanding, as Schmidt had a 7-1 record last year in high school, and So they've got 4 pitchers that are very, very strong with Brady Berg and Gage and Ream and also Schmidt. They have great rotation that they will have down the stretch. So looking forward to seeing Stratford possibly going back to that state tournament, and we'll tell you later on where that state tournament is going to be. So leading off for Stratford here in the top of the first is Matt Shanefoos, the pitcher for the Stratford Tigers. And Matt, during the high school season, a great season he had. He hit .325. In fact, he was an honorable mention all-conference as a freshman this year. So leading off here for Coach Spaeth here for the Stratford Tigers. And Matthew had 12 stolen bases and 2 RBIs and hit .325. So as he squares around the bunt, pulls it back, and catches the outside corner for a call strike. Count now 1-1. As they forgot to take the outs off on the scoreboard. So it's kind of hard to have 2 outs here when you got the leadoff hitter up. So Shanefoos at the plate, and Mike Gladowski on the mound for Amherst. And Gladowski on the season, the high school season, he had a 4-2 record in 11 games he pitched. He had 2 saves also, had an ERA of 3.61. So in a call strike right at the knees to Shanefoos. Gladowski working out of the stretch, and the pitch. And fouling it off, Matt Shanefoos hits that back towards the houses there on the right side of the ball diamond here. As Amherst only has 1 reserve in the dugout there, and swing and a miss by Shanefoos as he goes down swinging for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first inning, bringing up Drew Bloom, the catcher. Bloom, who played on that JV team this year, batting in the number 2 spot and doing a nice job behind the plate. And a call strike, catching the outside corner at the letters. Just got new glasses the other day, so I'm trying to get used to these sitting on my face here. So, plus a little more bifocal also, so I can see the reading wise on the paper. And a swing and a miss by Bloom as an 0-2 count. The Amherst team out here, pretty much their varsity team, and had an outstanding season this year. And a swing and a miss as Gladowski puts Drew Bloom down. And second strikeout for him. Bringing up Jack Remus. Jack on the season played a lot of outfield for Coach Spaeth and played in 19 varsity games this last season. Hit .250 with 6 RBIs. 13 stolen bases. Right-handed hitter. Takes the first pitch down low for a ball. The on-deck circle is Caden Stieber, the shortstop. Gladowski with the pitch. And a call strike on the outside corner. 1-1 count with 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Gladowski working out of that stretch. And the pitch. And off the plate. And it's going to be a tough play. And a great play as he gets Remus by a half a step. As Gladowski bounced off that mound, set himself, and got Remus by a half a step for out number 3. For the Tigers, no runs on no hits, no errors, and no one left after 1 complete inning. It's Amherst 5 and Stratford nothing, and you're watching American Legion Baseball here from Tiger Stadium in Stratford. And it's brought to you by shedsdelivered.com.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium in Stratford with Amherst leading 5-0 here in the top of the second inning as Amherst batted around the order in the first inning as they sent 10 batters to the plate. And leading off for Amherst will be the shortstop Noah Spolstra as Noah flew out to the right fielder his first time up. When buying or selling, Brock & Decker Real Estate is a team you need by your side. Brock & Decker has all the tools you need to feel confident in selling or buying. Call Sammy or Sue today or visit them on North Central Avenue at brockanddecker.com and like them on Facebook. Shane Foos with the first pitch and fouled off by Spolstra. 0-1 count. Short area between home plate and the backstop here at Stratford compared to at Marshfield. You've got so much footage back there that to the back of the backstop. Fly ball out the left field, and making that catch out there is Tim Kavadny for out number 1. As Noah gives both times up, a good ride out there to the outfield. Bringing up Gage Glodowski, who hit a long fly ball and hit off the wall at the 300 mark down the right field line. First time up, and had an RBI double and eventually scored on the RBI single by Landon Austin. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Next pitch comes up high for ball 1. In fact, Gage, let's see, he had only 2 doubles during the high school season. Ground ball, slow roller to first, picked up by the first baseman. That's Aschenbrenner, and steps on the bag for out number 2. Bringing up the cleanup hitter, the first baseman, John Carlson. John walked back in the first and scored the third run of the ball game for Amherst, a right-handed hitter. And down low, blocked nicely by Bloom. At Stratford Plumbing and Heating, your comfort and convenience is their top priority. They service all brands and do a complete furnace and air conditioning installation with professional service to Stratford, Marshfield, and the surrounding areas. Call Stratford Plumbing and Heating today, your comfort experts. And a fly ball out to right field, and camping under it and making the catch is Tyler Goldbach for out number 3. So Amherst, after having a big first inning, goes 1-2-3 here in the second inning. And you're watching American Legion Baseball here from Tiger Stadium in Stratford, and it's brought to you by shedsdelivered.com.
Hi, I'm Josh Barks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Hello, I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor, Next Home Hub City. If you're a first-time home buyer or seller, or you've been around the block, because of my experience, I'm able to help you in the most efficient way. I'm a full-time, full-service realtor. I focus on my clients 100%. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
And we're back here at Stratford, as Stratford coming to bat now here in the bottom of the second inning. They went 1-2-3 in the first, trailing 5-0 to the Amherst Falcons. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast here, that Amherst is actually a double A, as they have in Legion Ball. They have Class A, Double A, and Triple A, and Amherst falls in that Double A division, as Stratford is still that Class A, and we'll see some Triple A action next week when we see Marshfield and Stevens Point, two premier teams in that Wisconsin Valley. Marshfield with a big win the other night, going 12 innings against Plover and defeating Plover 4-3, and it was a heck of a battle. When ball game that went, let's see, we started at 7 o'clock, and I got home at about 10:45, so a good 3 hours and 45 minutes for a ball game. So, but it was a great, exciting ball game to watch. So, if you get a chance, watch Marshfield this year and the rest of the teams in central Wisconsin area. Leading off for Stratford is a shortstop, Caden Stieber, right-handed hitter. Glodowski out on the mound, working out of the stretch. And the pitch. And gets jammed. Slow roller to second. It's going to be tough. And just got him. Great play by Hintz at second base as he was off balance when he grabbed that slow roller to get Stieber. Stieber with some great speed going down that line, coming out of the left side of the batter's box there. And just got rid of it right away, and a great play by Hintz for out number one. Bringing up first baseman Trygve Aschenbrenner. Trygve played a little bit of varsity ball this year for Stratford, and first pitch down low for a ball, as Trygve got in 11 ball games this year and hit 154 with an RBI, so he saw some action this year for the Stratford Tigers, who had an outstanding season of 15-5, and Trygve gets a hold of one and a line shot out to left field, and making that catch is Gage Glodowski for out number two. And bringing up Dylan Lorenz, the third baseman, and let's see, Dylan played in a ball game this year and actually went. Let's see what Dylan did here. He actually went 2 for 2 this season, scored a couple times, and takes the first pitch on a curveball for a call strike one. So he hit 1,000 on the season. So actually you could theoretically say he led the team in hitting this year. Hitting 1,000, going 2 for 2. And up high for a ball. In fact, I was reading an article yesterday that Larry Bird, the outstanding NBA superstar, Hall of Famer, actually played one ball game with Indiana State in college, and they were sitting there teasing him that he was such a wuss that he couldn't play baseball. And Bird says, all right, I'll play. I'll come play first base for you. So he landed up playing and actually went 1 for 2 in the ball game. So he hit 500 for the season for Indiana State. So something that a lot of people didn't know. I know I didn't realize that he actually played one game at Indiana State. But they said it was kind of hard to find a uniform to fit that big, tall guy. But they did let him play. So we've got a 3-2 count here on Lorenz. With 2 down, here in the bottom of the second inning for the Stratford Tigers. Glodowski working out of the stretch. And the pitch. And a ground ball to Hintz at second. Scoops it up, throws over to first, and gets Lorenzen plenty of time for out number 3. The Tigers, again, go 1-2-3 here in the second inning. And so after 2 innings of play, it's Amherst 5 and the Stratford Tigers nothing. And you're watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
A&B Process Systems has been a proud member of the Stratford community since 1973. You can find your next career in engineering, welding, and more at A&B Process Systems. Our campus also includes our exclusive Factory Acceptance Testing Center with full-service testing capabilities to ensure that your equipment will perform to your expectations. Visit A&B Process Systems on Facebook today for more information.
And we're back here at Stratford where Amherst leads 5-0. We're going to the top of the third inning. Moving right along here after that long half inning that Amherst had with scoring 5 runs in the first inning. We'll tell you a little bit about Phoenix Express LLC. They can help you with your landscaping needs. They are proud to be part of the Stratford community and wish the Stratford Tigers good luck in today's ballgame. Give them a call or find out more at PhoenixExpressLLC.com. And leading off for Amherst here in the top of the third inning will be Mike Glodowski as he was hit by a pitch back in the first inning and eventually scored on a base hit by Seth Byland. First pitch upstairs for a ball. On this date in history, back in June 19th, 1846. Remember that year, Trevor? Nope, I don't either. But that was the first official baseball game was played in Hoboken, New Jersey. The New York Nine beat the Knickerbockers 23-1 in the very first ball game, making the start of America's beloved pastime. So back on that date, on June 19th, 1846, baseball was started. Well, actually Major League Baseball, but Doubleday invented it a long time ago. So, but baseball's been around a long, long time. And a chopper back to the mound, knocked down by Aschenbrenner, throws over to first, and got him with the tag as Aschenbrenner with a high throw and putting on Shane Foose throwing it over, and Aschenbrenner with the tag to get that out as Aschenbrenner now has, or Shane Foose has retired the last 5 batters here after a slow start. And a swing and a miss at a fastball upstairs to Daniel Jorenz, the third baseman, as Daniel struck out back in the first inning. Shane Foose working out of the windup and high for ball. 1-1 count with 1 down. Another pitch upstairs. And a swing and a miss. Count now 2-2 to Jorez, third baseman for Amherst. Shane Foose, and foul ball picked up nicely by the third base coach, but makes the bad throw. We'll give the air on the third base. Picks up nicely, but the form was a little bad and threw it past the pitcher. And he kind of, he makes the comment, well, at least I picked it up. I made the stop. And fly ball into the power alley, out to left field, and with a base hit is Daniel Jerez, as the string of 5 in a row is stopped that Shane Foose had retired, and bringing up Landon Austin, who had a 2-run single back in the first inning. Right-handed hitter. And a pop-up down the first base side. Aschenbrenner over, camps under it, and makes the catch for out number 2. Which brings up now Seth Byland, who had an RBI single back in the first inning. As the bottom of the order has been very productive, as the number 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters for Amherst all have base hits in this contest. And trying to steal and going in with a stolen base is Jerez. As I mentioned, this Amherst team does like to run. And Jerez, during the high school season, did not have a stolen base. So Jerez out there now with a good sizable lead and a swing and a miss. And Jerez will steal third also. So it puts Jerez in scoring position here with 2 down and a 1-1 count on Seth Byland. And bounced out in front and bounces off to the left-hand side. And Bloom comes over to recover it. And Jerez does not decide to go in, as Shane Foose came off the mound to cover home plate on that. Two and 1 count. And a ground ball to third and pass. Third baseman and making the stop is shortstop Caden Stieber, but scoring the 6th run for Amherst is Jerez. So with those 2 stolen bases putting him at third, gives Amherst their 6th run and another RBI for Byland. And that is his 2nd RBI, and he's 2 for 2 on the day with that infield hit. Bringing up Logan Hintz, the second baseman. Logan with an RBI single back in the first. Left-hand hitter. Shane Foose with the pitch. And catches the outside corner right at the letters for a call strike. 1-1 count. Oh, is it? Oh. And a base hit up the middle for Hintz. And we now have didn't realize this, but we have a new pitcher in there for Stratford. Let's see what on my sheets here. Number 12, that would be Lorenz, is now pitching. So Lorenz, who was at third, we'll have to see who's playing third over here. So back to the top of the batting order, and A.J. O'Brien. I want to thank Trevor for catching that here. I've got a pole sitting right in front of me here, and you really can't see anything. And a pitch upstairs. So I'm thinking what they did was they moved Shane Foose from pitcher to third. And a shot down the left field line and foul ball. So Dylan Lorenz is pitching for Stratford. That's one thing that I really, really miss is umpires coming to, tell you what the changes in that are. There's still a few umpires that still do that. I mean, the old-time ones that are still going yet, and like Chad Austin and them, they still do that yet. But some of the new umpires, they just don't make the changes and give it to the media or even the other benches. So Lorenz working out of the stretch with runners at first and second for Amherst, and pitch outside. 3-1 count to leadoff hitter A.J. O'Brien, who's 0 for 1 today. Walked back in the first and scored, and he will walk the second time here and loads the bases for Amherst. And advancing to second is Hintz. Byland goes to third. And O'Brien at first now for the Falcons. And bringing up Noah Spolstra. And pitch up high for a ball. Noah's given the ball a ride both times up. One out to right field and one to left field. We'll see if he can go around the whole outfield, and we'll see if he takes one to center field this time. Lorenz from the stretch. And catches the outside corner for a call strike one. And we have time as Lorenz steps off the rubber. Noah gets set in the batter's box. Out of the stretch for Lorenz. And Noah held up. He was thinking about it. And it's now a 2-1 count with 2 down here in the top of the third inning. And Amherst leading 6-0 in the third inning. And a ball hit into the power alley, grabbed by the left fielder. And 2 runs will score, and a 2-run double by Noah Spolstra gives Amherst now a 8-0 lead as O'Brien goes into third. So let's see. We've got there's only 3 ball players who do not have a hit in this game, but have been a part of this action that the Falcons have. And fouling it off is Gage Glodowski, as John Carlson walked back in the first and scored. He's 0 for 1. Mike Glodowski got hit by a pitch. He scored. He's 0 for 1. And the other one without a hit is A.J. O'Brien, who's 0 for 1, but he's walked twice and scored. So everybody's been very effective on this Amherst ball club. Ground ball to Aschenbrenner at first. Picks it up, steps on the bag for out number 3. For the Amherst Falcons in the top of the third, they scored 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. And after 2.5 innings of play, it's Amherst 8, Stratford Tigers nothing. And you're watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Partners Bank, better know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
Take your education out of the classroom and give new spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
And we're back here at Stratford, and just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home, from roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors. Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. That's Ridgetop Exteriors. Leading off for Stratford here in the bottom of the third inning is the number 7 hitter, the left fielder, Tim Cavadini. Cavadini actually played in 2 ball games this year, had a time at bat, and had an RBI for the Stratford Tigers varsity this year. Getting experience. This is actually Stratford's future for next year, as Stratford will lose a couple ball players for next year, but a good nucleus coming back, and ground ball, and throw as off the bag. That will be a throwing error by the shortstop, as Cavatini is the first Stratford player to get on base here. We're now in the bottom of the third inning, and up now is the second baseman, Braden Schwantes, right-handed hitter, as Cavatini slides back in. He gets about a 3-4 step lead. Glodowski still on the mound for Amherst. And a call strike on the outside corner. Glodowski from the stretch. Throw over to first. Back in plenty of time is Cavadini. And the pitch. And pop up down the first base side, and going over and making the catch is the pitcher, Mike Glodowski, for out number 1 in foul ball territory. And bringing up the right fielder, Tyler Golbach. Left-handed hitter, as Golbach batting in the number 9 spot. Sizable lead by Cavadini. And first pitch to Golbach, down low for ball 1. And about a 4-step lead. And the pitch. And just missing that outside corner is Glodowski. Glodowski been very effective, as he's got 2 strikeouts in this contest. And Stratford looking for their first hit of the ball game, as Cavadini got on with a throwing error, as shortstop had a wide throw and pulled first baseman John Carlson off the bag. We've got a 3-1 count with 2 down here, one down in the bottom of the third inning. And the pitch. And ball 4 as Stratford gets their second runner on. As Stratford threatening here and coming back to the top of the batting order, and Matt Shanefoos, who's playing third base. Started the game on the mound. Gave up 5 runs in that first inning. And infield fly rule in effect. That rule is if runners at first and second, or first, second, and third with nobody out or 1 out, it's an infield fly, and batter is automatically out if he hits it in the infield. No matter if the infield catches the ball or not, that batter will be called out. So just a little rule interpretation for you out there. Glodowski from the stretch, and the pitch, and foul ball. ShedsDelivered.com is your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. See their display lots in Marshfield, Medford, and Wisconsin Rapids, and get more information at ShedsDelivered.com. And a swing and a miss, and the batter will be called out as first base is occupied. Now, if that would have been with 2 outs, the batter could take off, and so could the rest of the runners. But with no outs or 1 out, if the first base is occupied, then the batter ends up striking out and the catcher drops the ball. He's out automatically. So that is the 3rd strikeout now for Glodowski. And we have 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Bringing up the catcher, Drew Bloom. Left-hand hitter. Glodowski takes a look from the stretch, looks over at first, steps back off the rubber. As neither runner is being held on very closely, first baseman is playing back, which he should be with runners at first and second. Glodowski from the stretch takes a look at second, and the pitch. And a pop-up and out of play. Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time. Set up a free consultation today. Pitch comes in to Bloom, down low for a ball. 2-1 count with 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Stratford looking for their first run of the 2025 season. And just missing outside as Glodowski thought he had that pitch. Makes the count now 3-1 to catcher Drew Bloom. And the pitch. And a call strike. Catches that outside corner. Bloom struck out back in the 1st inning. So with a full count, runners at first and second with 2 down, runners will be going. It'll be traveling time. And the pitch. And a call, strike 3, as Bloom goes down looking for the 3rd out for the Stratford Tigers. Stratford comes up with no runs on no hits, 1 error, and 2 left. And so after 3 complete innings of play, it's Amherst 8 and the Stratford Tigers nothing. And you're watching Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
At House of Heating, making your home comfortable is our biggest priority. That's why we offer dependable HVAC solutions and quality work in central Wisconsin. Our pros are knowledgeable in a wide variety of services so you can feel confident in your results. They'll offer the support you need, whether it's putting in a modern HVAC system or working on and maintaining your current unit. Get in touch with House of Heating at 715-384-3163 or contact houseofheating.com. House of Heating, heating and cooling the air you breathe.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
And we're back here at Stratford, and the top of the fourth inning, leading off for Amherst will be the first baseman, John Carlson. A couple of defensive changes here for Stratford now. Playing second base is Dylan Lorenz, is playing second base, and now pitching for the Stratford Tigers is Braden Schwannis, who moved from second base to pitching now. So the third pitcher for the Stratford Tigers today. And the first pitch is a strike to John Carlson. John walked and scored in the first and flew out to the right fielder in the second. And pitched just short of home plate, as that one only went about 58 feet instead of 60 feet 6 inches, as it bounced in front of home plate. And foul ball down the first base line. Count now 1-2 to John Carlson. And Schwantis now pitching. And fly ball. And a base hit out to left field as Carlson gets his first hit in today's contest. And bringing up Mike Gladelsky, who's looking for his first hit. He got hit by a pitch and scored back in the first and grounded out back to the mound. And we've got a courtesy runner for I don't like it when they don't put numbers on the front of the uniforms, and so you can't see who it is. Schwannis with the pitch, low and outside for a ball. But we do have a courtesy runner for Amherst, running for John Carlson. So actually it'll be a pinch hitter because Carlson, you can only courtesy run and a pop-up and drop ball and nobody at first, but they'll get a force at second. It was a lazy pop-up in the infield, bounced out of the glove of Schwannis, and the first baseman came up also, Aschenbrenner. Nobody was covering first, but the pinch runner had to freeze at first base and had plenty of time to get that pinch runner at first base. So one down here, and Gladowski on with a fielder's choice. And Gladowski stealing second. So Gladowski now in scoring position. And the batter is third baseman Daniel Jerez, as he's 1 for 2 on the day and scored back in the third. Had 2 stolen bases back in that third inning also to get him in scoring position. Eventually scored on a ground ball by Seth Byland. Pitch low and away to Daniel Jerez, the third baseman for the Amherst Falcons. Schwantes working out of the stretch. And the pitch. And a call strike catching the inside corner for 3-1. 8-0. Amherst leading here in the top of the fourth inning. And the pitch down low for a ball 4 as Daniel Jerez gets on for the second time in today's contest. We have now runners at first and second, bringing up Landon Austin, the right fielder. Door Pro Stratford is your complete commercial and residential overhead door sales and service provider. If you need a new garage doors or yours isn't working just right and needs an adjustment, stop and see them on Highway 153 just east of Stratford. Give them a call or like them on Facebook. That's Door Pro of Stratford. 1-0 count to Landon Austin, and a swing and a miss, and a low breaking ball. Schwantes from the stretch, and a call strike right at the knees with a breaking ball. And Glodowski lands up stealing third. Runner at first, Jerez, decided he was going to take a delay steal, and all of a sudden third base coach says, go back. And he was halfway to second, so he gets back to first in plenty of time. So runners at the corners now. And a wild pitch, and gets by Bloom, and sliding in is Glodowski. So with 2 stolen bases there by Glodowski, puts him in scoring position, and he scores on a wild pitch to make it now 9-0 Amherst. And going into second is Jerez on that wild pitch. And the count to Austin is 2-2 with 1 down here in the top of the fourth inning. Schwantes working out of the stretch. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. And call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro like it never happened. And that is just the second strikeout for Amherst in today's ball game. Bringing up now Seth Byland, who's 2 for 2 with a pair of RBIs. And stealing third. And stealing third is Jerez. That is his third stolen base in today's contest. And during the high school season, he never had a stolen base. So he's got 3 already in this contest. And I've got a fly that's bothering the heck out of me here. Schwantes gets the sign from Bloom. From the stretch. And the pitch. And over the top of Byland's head as he had to duck out of the way for that one. There is a 10-run rule after 5 innings in American Legion baseball. All American Legion games are 7 innings. Years ago, the AAA used to play 9-inning ball games. And they decided to go to a pitch count, and they switched the AAA to 7-inning contests instead of 9. I remember working a lot of state tournaments, AAA state tournaments, and of course here you played 9-inning ball games. You had the 10-run rule after 7 innings, But years ago, it goes back, this would have to be back in the 80s, and a strikeout, another Jamie Wenzel strikeout, and I'll tell you that story when we come back about AAA baseball. But Amherst comes up with 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. So after 3.5 innings of play, it's Amherst 9 and the Stratford Tigers nothing. And you're watching Legion Baseball from Tiger Stadium in Stratford on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Whether you need deep sleep, beauty sleep, or just need to sleep it off, Mall Furniture has a huge selection of double-sided comfort sleep mattresses. When it's time for a double, it's no trouble. You'll flip over our great prices. There's 2 great sides to this mattress story, and they're made right here in Wisconsin. It's double-sided or nothing.
Get your perfect comfort sleep mattress from Mall Furniture and Mattress, West 9th Street, Marshfield.
See you on the flip side.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Now that's what I was looking for. Looks like you found what you're looking for.
We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools.
A selection so big you'll need a map to find your way out.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
And we're back here at Stratford, where Amherst has a 9-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning, as Stratford coming to bat here with Jack Remus leading off. And going back to AAA baseball, years ago, this has to go back, maybe about back in the 1980s. I was working a ball game. I was working the Stevens Point Marshfield game, and Marshfield was playing Stevens Point, and my good friend Dean Schuta was the head coach. And I'll just tell you a quick wrap-up on this, and Point was getting beat by Marshfield really bad. And so it turns out that there was no such thing as a 10-run rule back then. And Point landed up losing like 26-6 in Marshfield, and that's the biggest loss that Point's ever had. And but it turned out that back then there was no 10-run rule, and Dean Schuta came to me in the 7th inning and says, "We're going home." So we had the 10-run rule anyway, even though there was not a rule, and Point decided we're going home because we're getting our butts kicked. So, but that's how the AAA actually worked with. It came later on that there was a 10-run rule, a mercy rule, but in Class A and AA, they'd always played 7-inning ball games. So Jack Remus leading off here for the Stratford Tigers, looking for their first hit as Remus bounced back to the pitcher back in the 1st inning as Glodowski's pitching a masterpiece out there. Bouncer to 3rd as Jerez throws the 1st, and to Carlson for out number 1. As Stratford has only had 2 base runners in this contest back in the 3rd inning as Cavadini got on with a throwing error and Golbach on a walk, and those are the only 2 runners that Stratford has had in this contest. And bringing up shortstop Caden Stieber. And Glodowski with the pitch, up high for a ball. As we'll tell you about Fleet Farm, no matter what everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, snacks, Fleet Farm has everything you need, all at the lowest prices. That's Fleet Farm. And a swing and a miss by Stieber. And the pitch down low for a ball. Attention Stratford area residents, Country Wireless now has blazing fast service for your connected house. Streaming, gaming, movies, TV, and more is now better than ever with Country Wireless. And a fly ball. Shortstop going back taking command and makes the catch. That is Noah Spelstra making the catch out there for out number 2. And Trygve Aschenbrenner, who flew out to the left fielder back in the second inning, will try to get the first hit for the Stratford Tigers. When Country Wireless has download speeds of up to 100 megabytes per second, now is the time to visit countrywireless.com and get blazing fast internet with Country Wireless. 0-1 count to Aschenbrenner. Flew out to the left fielder back in the second inning. Just missing inside. Glodowski working out of the stretch. And the pitch. And 2-1 count now. And the pitch by Glodowski. Just missing inside. He can't be missing by much at all. 3-1 count to Aschenbrenner. Glodowski gets the sign from O'Brien. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Full count now. To first baseman Trygve Aschenbrenner. Played in quite a few ball games for Stratford Tigers this last spring. Played in 11 contests. As he fouls one off to stay alive. Goes back into the crowd here. Nice crowd eventually that showed up here. And so I would say we've got, maybe about 50 people here. Good crowd for a Thursday evening. And a call, strike 3, right down Main Street as Aschenbrenner gets caught looking, and that's strikeout number 5 for Glodowski as the Tigers go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 4th. And you're watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Let's see. Okay, Goldbach. And we're back here at Stratford, and a new pitcher for Stratford, as this is the 4th pitcher for Stratford, as Coach Spaeth trying to take a look at quite a few, see what he's got this year, as Tyler Goldbach will come from right field and pitch now for the Stratford Tigers, as Amherst leads 9-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. If Amherst scores here, Stratford will bat in the bottom of the 5th, and the 10-run rule will be in effect, as the first pitch by Goldbach is down low for ball 1. And leading off for Amherst is the second baseman, Logan Hintz, Lintz has worked the count to 2-0. Stratford Tigers will be in action next Monday when they travel to Stevens Point and Bucco Park, as the junior team will play first one at 5:30, and Zaleski Sports will have the second game as the seniors will play, as the Stratford team will take on the main Stevens Point Ball Club. And then on Tuesday, they travel to Fall Creek for a 6 o'clock contest. They're off on Wednesday, but on Thursday they'll take on Abbotsford in a 7-inning contest. And a ground ball down the third base line, but foul from Logan Hintz, as the count now is full at 3-2. So full schedule here as the month of looking at month of July, a very full schedule for the Stratford Tigers. And a shot out to right field and line drive, and making that catch out there is, let's see who moved out there. Well, we've had a few changes here, so I'm thinking Schwantes might have moved back to second, and I'm thinking, yes, Lorenz is out in right field. So as Hintz is now 2 for 3 on the night. He had gone 2 for 2 so far. And back to the top of the batting order, and A.J. O'Brien. And A.J. looking for his first hit of tonight's contest, as he walked and stole a base and scored in the first, flew out to right field also in the first inning, and walked in the third inning. So this is his fourth plate appearance, but officially 0 for 1 in today's contest. As on the plate is Golbach. And a fly ball out to left field, and going back and off the wall. And O'Brien comes up with a double off that left field wall. And so Amherst gets a runner in scoring position here. And bringing up Noah Spolstra, as Noah has flew out to the right fielder in the first, the left fielder in the second, and doubled in the third. And here he's batting now in the fifth inning. And just missing. Pitch by Golbach. Golbach, a left-hander. Has a little pop to his throw there. It makes that nice little popping sound in the catcher's glove. Golbach working out of the stretch and steal. And Golbach never looked at him. And stealing third is O'Brien. As soon as he saw that Golbach was going back with that front foot, and O'Brien took off and had no problem stealing third. And a call strike. And 2-1 count now to Spolstra, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Runner at third, and that is A.J. O'Brien. So everybody up and down in this batting order, very effective. The only one that does not have a hit in this contest for Amherst is the pitcher Mike Ladowski, but he's been very productive and scored twice. And a call strike right at the knee level. And the count now 3-2 with one down here in the top of the fifth inning for Amherst, leading 9-0. And the pitch. And a pop-up. And going back into the stand area. Take the first step to building your customized home with Stratford Homes. Visit stratfordhomes.com to see floor plans, schedule a tour, or begin the design of your new custom home from Stratford Homes. Visit stratfordhomes.com today to get started. And a pitch down low, and Noah Spolstra gets on with a walk. Second time he's been on today. So runners at first and third now with one out. This game about an hour and 20 minutes long so far. Left hand hitting Gage Glodowska as he doubled back in the first and scored and grounded out to the first baseman. And a stolen base by Spolstra. As Amherst now has 8 stolen bases in today's contest. Next pitch down in the dirt, blocked nicely by Bloom. We've got one down here in the top of the fifth with runners at second and third. And a ground ball to the second baseman. Throws over to Aschenbrenner for the out, and scoring is O'Brien to make this contest 10-0. As Glodowska gets credited with an RBI. That is his second RBI in today's contest. And John Carlson now up. And a call strike on that first pitch. Fastball right at the knees. So Amherst up now 10-0 here in the top of the fifth inning. And a ground ball. Tough play. Shortstop throws to first. Beautiful play by the shortstop for out number 3. And that is Stieber making that outstanding play. But Amherst comes up with 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. And after 4.5 innings of play, it's Amherst 10 and the Stratford Tigers 0. And you're watching Legion Baseball here from Tiger Stadium in Stratford, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup. And Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
And we're back here at Stratford, and new pitcher for the Amherst Falcons is Daniel Jerez, now pitching for Amherst. And let's see if he pitched any during the high school season. Yes, he did. He had 2 appearances. He had a 1-0 record through 7 innings, and a ground ball to second. and throw over to first for out number 1, as starting out the inning for Stratford was Dylan Lorenz, as he grounds out for the second time to the second baseman. And coming up now is Tim Cavadini. Cavadini is one of the 2 players that have been on base today. He got in with a throwing error by the shortstop. He had a roller, and shortstop made a clean, picked it up cleanly, but threw the first and pulled the first baseman off the bag, threw Carlson off the bag to get on base. And he's the only one that's made it to second base here for the Stratford Tigers in today's contest. As I was mentioning with Jorez, he has pitched in a couple contests this season, and he pitched 7 innings, gave up 4 runs, had an ERA of 4.01, walked 1, and struck out 8 in that 7 innings that he threw. So nice strikeout ratio for Daniel Jorez, as he's got a 3-1 count now here and a call strike to Tim Cavadini. And we now have a full count with 1 down here in the 9th. Coming up will be the Nasonville postgame show if Stratford does not score. And a ground ball to first, picked up, and Carlson touches the bag for out number 2. As Braden Schwannis now batting for the Tigers, as Braden popped out to the pitcher in foul ball territory back in the 3rd inning. And first pitch upstairs for a ball. Kind of a hard decision here to decide who to give player of the game to. I mean, of course, Glodowski with a possible no-hitter, but he was very effective on the mound. And throw over to first for out number 3, as a ground ball back to the mound for Schwannis. And that will be today's contest, as combined no-hitter by Glodowski and Jorez, as Amherst wins this one 10-0. Amherst with 10 runs on 10 hits, had 1 error, and left 6 on base for the Stratford Tigers. No runs on no hits, and no errors, and left 2 on. And the winning pitcher in this contest is Mike Glodowski, and the losing pitcher will go to Matt Shanefoos. And so coming up will be the Nasonville Dairy's postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, and Nasonville. And we'll be talking to head coach Greg Trudell, and we'll see who he wants to pick for a player of the game. So we'll be right back after our postgame show with Nasonville Dairy.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
And we're back here at Stratford, where Amherst defeated Stratford in American Legion baseball today, 10-0. And with me is head coach Greg Trudell. And Greg, outstanding ball game today. This is, of course, your third ball game of the season, going 3-0 now. And your hitting today was just outstanding today, as we mentioned just before we came back, that everybody had a hit except this gentleman right here. But the reason we're having him player of the game is because of the outstanding job pitching-wise he did. But you guys hit the ball very well today.
Yeah, kind of a funky lineup, but summer ball. My mindset's kind of move guys around, get uncomfortable being in different spots, because you never know what can happen next spring ball, and it's all about preparation for next spring. But yeah, I'm just happy guys are putting the ball in play, not striking out, and getting on base and making the defense work. So.
Yeah, a nice job, as I mentioned, by Mike here. He was right around the plate all day long. The first two batters of the ball game he put down with a big K, and I think he had 4 or 5 strikeouts, but only 1 walk, and held Stratford to only 2 base runners in the whole ball game on a throwing error and also a walk. But the combined no-hitter between Mike and also Daniel coming in and do a nice job also for you.
Yeah. Mike's our horse. He's going to be a horse next year, being a senior on this team. He knows what he has to do. He's got some things to work on, but all I care is that he's around the plate. I could care less what we get for strikeouts. Keep the pitch count down, make every pitch competitive, make him swing the bat, make our defense work, keep him awake out in the field, and good things will happen from that. So he did a really nice job, and there was one specific pitch. It was 3-2 late in the game. Game is out of hand, but I'm happy that Levi called it behind the plate and he stuck with it. It was a curveball, got the batter fooled, and I'm glad he trusts his stuff and is confident in himself. So.
All right. Greg, thanks for stopping by. Good luck the rest of the season. We'll talk to Mike here. Mike Ledowski. Mike, great ball game today as combined no-hitter with you, and also Daniel Jerez. You were around that plate all day long, as I mentioned, with 5 strikeouts or so, 1 walk. But you had very good command of your pitchers all game long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something I've always been working on. The coaches have always been talking to me about that. That's something that I've struggled with growing up. I would always overthrow, and I've started to get wild, and then I wouldn't be competitive. I'd only be in for 2 innings, and I'd be very high pitch count. Sure. So that is definitely something that coaches have talked to me about and have worked on me specifically to stay around and stay competitive, make every pitch count, so the batters have to stay awake. They can't sleep and get a free walk.
Right. Okay, so, and also, I was just joking with you before we came back on the air that everybody had a hit in this ball game but you were very productive, mound-wise, don't worry about the hits. You've got teammates back there that's going to get you the hits, but you scored twice in this contest, so everybody was very productive in this contest.
Yeah, individual stats, they're always nice to look at, but it doesn't matter how you do, it's how the team does.
Sure.
It's always about the team, and the only thing that matters is a scoreboard.
That's right, exactly.
You can go 4 for 4, 4 home runs, but if the score is 4-14,
exactly,
it doesn't matter.
So
yeah, I'm really proud of the guys, just putting the ball in play, being confident at the plate. That's something we hope to drag into next year's spring ball after these senior leagues and these freshmen step up, and everybody just looking to swing the bat and stay aggressive.
All right. So I'm going to put you in the house. I don't know if you've done this before, but we're going to put you in the house, and I'll count you down.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Michael Gladowski, and I'm in the house.
Thanks, Michael. Good luck
Thank
the
you,
rest of
sir.
the season. You betcha. Again, a big win for the Amherst Falcons as they come away with a 10-0 5-inning victory against the Stratford Tigers. And, of course, Stratford playing a lot of reserves, seeing what they have this year. The regular starters will be in action next week as we will land up doing the ball game Monday night from Bucol Park as the junior team will play the first game, and then the second game, the seniors, about 8 o'clock. And we'll see what the Stratford Tigers come in with as they have a big powerhouse coming back with some very fine ball players and a pitching staff that is just going to be phenomenal for Stratford. So, again, the final score here from Stratford, it's Amherst 10 and Stratford nothing. And for Trevor Zaleski, I'm Michael Steinwagner. Stay cool this weekend. Heat indexes of about 104, 105, and I'll see you next week doing a softball game from Marshfield with Maryland Marshfield on Tuesday. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.